And we're live. Good evening, everyone. It's Friday, September 6, 2019. I'm Dave Guerra. This is Let's Have a Chat. Welcome. Hey, we made it to the end of the work week. We made it to Friday. Again, as always, there's always something to do. There's always just that one little more thing we can do to be better. And now's the time to kick it in and kick that into overdrive. It's like I have a stick shift here. Kick it into overdrive and make it happen this weekend. I know it's the start of the NFL season, so you want to watch your favorite team. That's going to take away hours of productivity, but hey, you can still do a little something. Maybe take some 3x5 cards, jot down some notes throughout the game. Not about the game, but about your business, about your side hustle. That way you're not actually not doing something while you're watching the game. That's what I plan on doing. So with that being said, today is Friday, and Friday we do our Forbes Friday. We kind of close out the work week with Forbes Friday. So in today's Forbes Friday, Forbes Daily Dozen, I get that email. That's pretty cool email newsletter. So if you don't get it, I suggest you sign up for it. Hip hop meets Silicon Valley. Crypto insurance. Mark Zuckerberg plays Cupid. That's right. Apparently they've started the Facebook dating. So there you go. Now they're getting in on that action. They're getting in a piece of the action. Now it's another way to advertise, another way to create revenue stream by advertising. So they're expanding what they have based on their communication platform, and he's just advertising. Now, I saw this interesting little thing not so long ago that when Zuckerberg first started with Facebook, he was doing other apps and stuff like that. But when it first started, he was renting a server. He was running everything out of college. He was renting server space. And how did he pay for server space? By ads. People were paying him ads. And that's what was paying for the server space, which obviously led to renting server space. And that's what led to, Facebook, what it is today. So the Facebook has always been about ads and making money. However, in his case, he was just turning it into the organization. So another revenue generating operation for the Facebook crowd. So if you're on Facebook and you're nooking penub in all the wrong places, well, guess what? That's from an old Eddie Murphy skit. If you're looking for love, well, guess what? In all the wrong places, Facebook just became all the wrong places, because don't forget, everyone's watching. Everybody knows everybody on Facebook now. There's like nothing anymore. So you're trying to hide something. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll get caught. Let's see what else. There was quite a bit of other stuff. So it's called Facebook dating. Here it is. Robert Mugabe, who died at age 95, led his nation to independence, but ultimately crushed the dream of new Zimbabwe. His 37-year rule was marked with despotic political repression, economic ruin, and his own personal enrichment. Folks, it's an African nation. They got their independence, but again, he turned out to be one of the bad guys. And that's what happens when power just goes too far. It goes unchecked and it goes unquestioned. It's like somebody said, those that refuse to be questioned will do questionable things. So again, there is that prime example. And so he's getting his now. So that's kind of what's in today's news. And the Trump administration wants to privatize Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The plan would bring the mortgage buyers out of government conservatorship 11 years after a bailout in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis. So they're taking this program and returning it, moving it back to privatization. Should be interesting. Should be an interesting thing. So how does this all apply? Well, it does, because it's constantly things are changing, things are happening that are impacting our world, that are impacting your business life, your personal life, and the little things that happen here as a homeowner. I mean, it does impact me. I understand, I see it, and I see where that comes from. But the other side of it is that you still have to look out for those people. My kids, one day they're going to want to buy a home. How is that going to affect them then, as opposed to the way it's affecting me now? And so on and so on. What does this say about the future of Zimbabwe? The passing of the former dictator. And, it's one of those things that they can look back on and say, never again. Like Brezhnev and Stalin and Lenin and Honecker and what's his name? Castro. And what was that other guy's name? The one from Venezuela. But we look back and you look, Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un, the father, the son, and the grandfather, all of them. We look back on all those dictators and what they promised to deliver and were not able to deliver because, again, what was in their mind was about self-interest, was about taking care of themselves as opposed to taking care of others. I guarantee you, if all of them had just stopped and turned things around and said, you know what, yes, we have to follow the party line, in this case, the Communist Party line, but we're moving forward into the future and we have to also embrace the future. Something to think about there. It can happen. It can. But again, there's too entrenched with the party line, and ultimately the party line is what's lining their pockets. And that being said, how do you break that? Well, nobody wants to go bankrupt. Nobody wants to be that, but guess what? In the end, when they all die, Honecker, Mugabe, Stalin, Lenin, they couldn't take it with them. So what happened? That being said, again, folks, it's about looking at your people, the people you lead, the people that turn to you, the people that put you in the position of leader, the people that call you a leader. What do you do for them? Do you think of them first? Or do you just use them as stepping stones to get to where ultimately you want to be, and that's lining your pocket? And that's truly the situation. One of the interesting things, I did go to the website, and it said that Cory Booker, running for president, Cory Booker, and trying to get on the Democratic ticket, failed to disclose that he owned stock in a Russian company, a Russian search engine company, Yantek, I think it's what it was called. And the question is, why did he fail to disclose that? Because he's got skeletons he has skeletons in his closet, just like everyone does. No one's immune to that. He didn't want that coming out, especially he didn't want anything of collusion. I guarantee you that's all it was. He didn't want to be found out. And guess what? He ultimately got found out. And now what's going to happen? How are they going to hold him accountable? Try to hold others accountable. Why would he not be held accountable? So again, it's about accountability, transparency, showing your leadership, who's really truly important in being a leader. And folks, those are questions that are asked every day by individuals at different levels of their organization, of their government, of the world. And again, those are real, honest, truthful, authentic questions that need to be answered. And if you as a leader are asking those questions and you cannot answer them, if you can't say, you know what, the people are the ones that put me here, that's what I need to take care of. I need to take care of the business first. I need to take care of my family first before I start thinking about myself, before I start getting into situations, say in the case of Facebook dating, before you get into the situation of a relationship, is your family squared away? If you happen to have a family, unless you're young, growing up slowly, well, then that's fine. It's different. That's for the young kids. But for those that are divorced, widowed, you got to take care of the family first. If you created a family, you got to take care of them first before you think about taking care of yourself. I mean, your first and true responsibility. And I know people just toss them aside like nothing. I hear constant horror stories, and it's in the news almost every other month, at least once or twice a month. You hear it in a story. Mom's boyfriend did something to the kids. Mom's ex-boyfriend, mom's current boyfriend, mom's fiance, the stepfather did this. I mean, seriously, what kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? But it happens. It truly happens. And that's why we need to go ahead, stop, look at ourselves and question ourselves. What's really, truly worth it? What's in it for me? And is what's in it for those I'm responsible for? Does it come first? And then does it happen to me? I know you got to take care of yourself, because what good are you if you cannot take care of yourself? But there's a point where you have to look at this and you really truly have to see it for what it is. So yes, you definitely have to take care of yourself, but don't overdo it, lining your pockets. Make the money, bring home the bacon, take care of the family. And if there's anything left over to have some fun, by all means, have some fun. But priorities, folks. And that's what it's all about, priorities. So listen, I'm Dave. This is Friday. I've got a lot of energy. So have a great weekend. Enjoy. Go Texans. And other than that, have a great one. I'll talk to you on Monday. Take it easy.